Hi, I'm Sean Smith, and this is my 2018 TEDxUNB submission video. This year's topic is disruption, and I couldn't be happier because I'm a professional rebel rouser in the disability community. I started my business in 2014, and at the time I was working for a disability-related nonprofit, and they scoffed at me. They laughed at me. They told me nobody would take me serious with a name like Don't Diss My Ability. And yet here I am, 4 years later, and being sought after around the world for my unique insight into the world of neurodiversity. Neurodiversity is a relatively new term in the world of psychology that represents a group of individuals with a disability label for whom the term disability doesn't quite fit because our assets exceed any deficits we experience. And I say we because I identify as being neurodiverse. I was diagnosed with ADHD and attentive type at age 30. And prior to my diagnosis, it took me 4 years to finish 3 years of high school, 32 attempts to earn the 18 credits required to graduate, including failing grade 10 math 4 times. Fast forward to being diagnosed at 30, I took prescribed medication, which gave my brain the jump start it needed to take my thought process from dial-up to fiber-up. I went back to upgrade as a mature student, taking 5 courses, earned a new GPA of 3.7. In 2010, I was accepted to the Masters of Education program in Counseling Psychology at UNB on academic probation and graduated a year later at the top of my class. I have a unique lens through which to help people. Don't Diss My Ability is a brand that I've created, a business based on my own unique gifts that come by way of having ADHD and attentive type. And so a lot of what I do is challenging what people think they know around disability. People with disabilities are viewed as less than. And when all we've done is focus on what we perceive they can't do, how could they ever do anything right? So as a counselor and psychotherapist, when somebody walks through my office, walks through my door, and they disclose that they have an invisible disability, the first thing I say is, welcome to the world of the uniquely gifted. And by helping them explore and identify their unique gift, I turn that gift into the context for communication. We've focused on trying to keep people where they're at. And in society, businesses have tried to maintain this type of thinking, and it doesn't work. And I use our education system as an example, and how I'm disrupting things in that particular system. Neurodiverse individuals have very complex and forward-thinking minds, and so back in the 80s and earlier, schools would have said, I don't think school is for your child. And back then it would have been because they were perceived to be too dumb. What I'm actually saying is that these kids' thought processes are so far advanced that the schools don't know what to do with them. They're seen as troublemakers because they're bored, when they're exceptional at what they do. It's not that they don't have challenges, they absolutely do, but these kids are uniquely gifted in very specific ways. And rather than embrace their assets and work with them, we try to put them in a box that they have no business being near. A really great analogy to describe everything that's happening now with neurodiversity is X-Men. We are X-Men. We are uniquely gifted. But people are scared of what they don't understand. They perceive something to be wrong with us and feel inclined to fix it. But we don't need fixing. We're not broken. We need nurturing. We need understanding. And so a big part of what I'm doing is helping to preach and spread the word around neurodiversity and the unique gifts that we have and promote these. And this is big business as well. Large corporations, companies like SAP and Yahoo have actually created and implemented neurodiversity hiring practices because they've been able to identify these unique gifts that these individuals have and embrace them to find employment. So again, it's big business, and it really is disrupting the way that people think in a lot of different ways. And it does make people nervous, especially nonprofit organizations who have been around for a long time. They are sustainable because of the individuals they support. Without them, they're gone. Whereas as a forward thinker, I view myself as, I want to work myself out of a job. This is my first business, not my last. But I think in the helping profession, if this isn't the mentality that we have, that you're going to eventually work yourself out of a job, then I think you have to ask yourself what the hell you're doing there in the first place. And so I want to end now. Thanks a lot for accepting my video, and I hope to hear from you soon.